Hey, what's up, everybody? I think we are live. Giving this YouTube live a try. Let me see if we are live. Let me do a refresh here on the computer. Let's see. Let me see if I'm live. All right, it looks like I'm live. Giving this YouTube live a try. I've never done it before. This is my first time, and it also doesn't let you set the camera up ahead of time. So you have to kind of adjust, I guess, as you go. Wanted to pop in and wish everybody a happy new year. Give me a moment while I set some coins up because this YouTube live doesn't let you set things up ahead of time. So it wants you to set things up after you go live, which makes a little bit of sense. But let me put some stuff out here, and then I will take a look and see who is popping in. See, lives are difficult because if you do a video and you screw something up, you can edit it. Well, you can't edit a live stream, right? So, anyway, let's see. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if the audio sounds okay. Let's see who we have popping in. I really don't have anything planned for this live. I just out of the blue, which is normally how I go live. I haven't been live in well over a year. I think it was, November of 24, I believe. That was the last time I've been live on YouTube, but that was through StreamYard. This is through the YouTube live. All right, let's see who we have popping in. Kind of fuzzy. Okay. How's the audio? You said it's kind of fuzzy. How's the audio? Let me know how the audio is. Let's see. Honest Value 1. Gold Aztec. Numismatic Stacker. Audio is fuzzy. Audio is fuzzy. Let's see. Okay. Let me see. Is that any better? Let me know if the audio is any better. All right. JFM49 says audio sounds good to me. He's on headphones. Let me know if anybody else is having a problem hearing. Let me know how the audio is. If you can type in the chat if you think the audio sounds all right. Let's see. Kin O'Mine, Marty Green, 9714. Welcome, welcome. Just wanted to pop in, wish everybody a happy new year. I don't know how long I'll be on here for. If you can smash that thumbs up button on the stream. Looks like we have 19 people in here. Who else is in? Who else is in here? I'm looking at the chat on a different screen. All right, let's see. Let's see what everybody's saying. Gold Aztec, Numismatic Stacker, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. We scroll down to the chat. Numismatic Stackers. So So what do you think is going to happen with silver next year? Good question. That is an excellent question. I don't like to give predictions because predictions are normally wrong. I don't like to be wrong. I hear all sorts of people talking about how silver is in a big bubble, and then other people say that silver's not in a big bubble. Silver's going to 100, silver's going to 200, silver's going to 300. Who knows? I have no idea. I'm just enjoying the ride. I'm here for the ride, and let's see where it goes. All right, let's see. I know I was listening. Who was on earlier? I was watching something from Pawn. What was that? The guy with Pawn Stars. He thinks silver's going to keep on going up, but I don't know. All right, let's see. I don't know what that guy's name is with Pawn Stars. Let me put this over here. This little 2016 British Silver Eagle. So, what do you guys think about silver, gold? Are you buying? Are you holding off? Are you selling? What are you guys doing? Are you a stacker? Are you collectors? See, I do videos for different, all different people, collectors, stackers, some who do both stack and collect. That's what I do. And sometimes when you do a video, just a silver and gold video for stacking, and then some people come in and they think you're talking about collecting. And then when you do a video about collector's pieces, then people get it confused with think you're talking about stacking. And so, but what are you guys? I do both. Says, let's see. Numismatic Stacker says AM. Kiddo Mine says exactly. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. Rick Harrison. That's who I was listening to earlier. He was talking about it. He said, so that's what I'm hearing a lot. So I went to one of the local coin shops in the area, and somebody in my video that I just did yesterday told me I was lying. There's no way a local coin shop has no silver and gold. I said, they do have silver up. They don't have any gold. That's for sure. This is a little coin shop, but they do have silver. It's just that they didn't have any silver rounds. They didn't have any American Silver Eagle bullion coins. They didn't have any silver bars. They had they had 40% silver. They had 40% silver Kennedys. That was it. And then they had higher premium collectible, US Mint silver proof sets. They had a V75 2020 V75 American Silver Eagle. They had a lot of the higher premium stuff, which is fine. I like that too, but they just didn't have any bullion. And so Rick Harrison from Pawn Stars, I was watching a video that he did with I forgot, it was one of the news channels, and he said that they have a lot of people coming into the pawn shop selling a lot, but then somebody comes in right behind them and they buy it all up. So selling, there's a lot of selling, and then there's a lot of buying. But the coin shop that I normally go to, as I've said on other videos, they're closed until the 2nd. But that's what it seems like, is that there's a lot of selling for sure, and there's also a lot of buying. And I think the silver price at some time, the spot price, has to settle down. Where is it going to settle down at? And it seems like dealers at coin shops, they don't know where to set the prices at because it's so volatile right now. So once the spot price settles down at one, uh, without jumping, 5, 10% every day, then they'll know how to set their buy prices and set their sell prices for a lot of things. That's my opinion. All right, let's see. Italian G stopped by to say hello from Disney World. I was to Disney World one time. Oh no, I've been to Disney World a lot of times. I've been to Disneyland one time. Let's see who else is popping in. Who? Abe. I don't know how to pronounce this. ABE. Abel Hurt. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, but he says they say American Silver Eagles or Pokemon cards. Never been into Pokemon cards. Don't know. Never been into Pokemon cards. American Silver Eagles. Absolutely. That's my stacking coin of choice and collector's coin of choice. I stack American Silver Eagles, bullion coins, and then I buy the higher premium collectible, certain ones, not all of them. All right, let's see. JFM49 says, I was watching a collector's video earlier and he brought up an interesting point. Silver is being melted at a record pace. You know, I was watching a video from somebody earlier too, another dealer at a coin shop, and they said, see, that's what I did a video a couple of days ago about BU or shiny, retail friendly, let's call them, American Silver Eagles, or American Silver Eagles that has blemishes, right? I like them both. But it seems like there are some coin shops who are taking in American Silver Eagles that have quality problems. Like I'm talking about the bullion coin, and they're sending those off to be melted. Why? You can't sell those? I buy them. I don't know. I don't know why we're melting American Silver Eagles just because they have some tarnishing on them or toning on them or milk spots on them. Why? I don't understand why we're melting them. Anyway, I'll get off that soapbox. Collect and stack says Marty Green. Yeah, so as long as we know the difference, I mean, we have to know the difference between if we're, stacking and collecting the lower premium stuff versus the higher premium stuff. Separate those two things, not just so we're not stacking high premium collectible stuff. All right, let's see. Currently working on a typeset. Okay. Just going through reading the comments here. Slayer Stacker. How's it going, Slayer Stacker? How are you on this last day of the year? Better than I deserve. Let me see something real quick. Bear with me. Bear with me, everybody. Just checking something here. Okay. All right, I'm back. I just had to check on something. All right, let's see. Going through the comments for anybody who just popped in. Happy New Year soon. Over here on the Eastern time zone, it's 8:41. Where's everybody at as far as time zone wise? Not physically located, but time zone wise? Are you on the East Coast, West Coast, Mountain Time, Arizona time? All right, let's see. Numismatic Stacker says, if I was a full time coin dealer right now, I'd be pulling out my hair. Yeah, I don't envy local little, even maybe even big dealers. I don't know. It's probably hard right now to price product. I mean, there was someone who I was watching earlier today that said that they were buying, taking in wrote $100,000 check, and then turn around and sold it all. So I don't know how dealers keep up with that. Let's see who else is in here. By the way, I don't know what we're going to discuss in here. Of course, nothing's financial advice or anything like that. All right, let's see. Let's see, who is this? My paper past says I've acquired quite a bit, quite quite the stack over 11 years and didn't realize it. Every year I've been gifted a 1 ounce silver AA chip for, oh, congrats. So I recently bought a double A, oh, chip. Let's see. When did everybody, if you're a stacker, when did everybody start stacking? Did you start stacking 1 year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Have you been doing it for a long time, or did you just now get into it? I know there's a lot of people right now that's just getting into silver, finding it for the first time, and gold, silver and gold. Maybe platinum and palladium. I don't get so much into the platinum and palladium. I know a lot of other people do. All right, let's see. It says I got a couple of Eagles for Christmas, type 1. Oh, type 1s are my favorite. Yeah, type 1s are my favorite too. So I picked up a bunch of type 1s. I've done videos on this uh, many times, but back in early 2024, I was buying a bunch of type 1 silver Eagles from one of the coin shops in the area for like 28, 27, between 27 and $29 a piece. So that was a good time to be buying silver Eagles. Andy Resnick is in here. Andy, how's it going? Let's see. Toning gives character. I agree. I agree. There's a lot of people, and like Andy said, that he said in reply to one of the commenters on one of my videos, and said that those of us who like the toned, tarnished Eagles, we need to find a support group. He was joking, of course. All right, let's see. Kid O' Mine. Kid O' Mine says it seems like last year when they were giving it away in every stream, 1 ounce coins and bars in every coin show. Didn't see that. Don't see that going on now. Yeah, it's hard to give away almost what? Well, what did silver close at today? Well, let's take a look. Believe it or not, I don't memorize this stuff all day. Let's see, where did silver close? Silver closed at today, according to Kitco, 71.66. So when silver was under 30, it's easier to give away an ounce than when it's nearly 80. All right, let's see. Kiddo Mine says 8:41 Eastern Time. Slayer Stacker East Coast. All right, I'm scrolling up in this chat. It seems like I'm a little bit behind. Wayne Bentley. I say that right? Wake up, America. Get it back now. All right. All right, scrolling down in the chat. Backer 69. Hey, is that the Green Bay Packers, by the way? Let me know that in the chat. Is that the Green Bay Packers? All right. Says, I guess the question, will the Mint upcoming price increase on all silver products have a big impact on sales in 2026? I haven't heard anything about the Mint increasing prices. I'm sure they probably will. In fact, I was watching one show on TV yesterday that said they think that they're going to, like on the proof Silver Eagles, possibly double the price. But I don't think anybody really knows. I just wish whatever they're going to do, they do it and get it over with. All right, let's see. Because right now, everything is still saying proof Silver Eagles, $95. Uncirculated Silver Eagles, $91. Whatever you're going to do, let's get it done. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Wayne says, I'm stacked already. Cool. 2015. Numismatic Stacker says, so you and I both have deleted our content. I didn't delete anything. All right, let's see. How many people we have in here? 41. 41 awesome people in here. Yo, fan. How's it going? Let's see. Ken says, you haven't done a live in a long time. That's right. I have not done a live since about, I believe it was November. Let me think. Whenever the flowing hair gold coin dropped at the US Mint last year, that was the last live. And I think it was in November. November 14th, maybe? I don't know. Andy Resnick says, I expect Proof Eagles will be at least 150. Don't know why they haven't changed it already. Well, I think the new Mint director just got confirmed, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe that's why. I don't know. So I don't know who was running the show in the meantime. But it would be nice if we know what to expect, and let's say 20 days from now, right? January the 20th is when the two proof Eagles drop. And then a lot of us have them on subscription. And we're all hoping that they're going to be $95 for each of them. At the same time, we kind of know that they're not going to be. Let's see who else is in here. What do you guys think? I have a. What do you guys think about this? I brought this over here for this live stream here. I've showed this on a few of them. Do we think this is cleaned or not? Is that a clean Morgan? This is a 1894. It's an 1894. It's an 1894 New Orleans. Is numismatic stacker still in here? You think this is clean? I think the popular opinion is yes, this is clean. Let me put that right there. For those of you who don't know, numismatic stacker is a Morgan expert. All right, let's see. Okay, scrolling down in the comments. For those people who are just joining, Happy New Year soon. Want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Hopefully, everybody has a Happy New Year, safe, responsible. All right, let's see. YoFan says, SW, have you heard the Mint is coming out with fractional Silver Eagles this year? I have not. Fractional Silver Eagles. As if the premiums weren't already high enough on the 1 ounce. Fractional collector bullion or like proof or what? I think the premiums are already high enough on the 1 ounce. But anyway, Beto says, Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's back at you. My paper pass says, so if shops are all sold out and can't get new owners for months, I like to see what the shelves and what they are willing to buy back. Oh, the buyback price. Yeah, I mean, the coin shop that I was in last week or a couple of days ago, the owner wasn't in, so he had someone else working there for him. And even though they said they're not buying at that time because the owner's not there. And then, like I said before, the main local coin shop that I go to, they're closed until the 2nd. At least that's what the sign on the door said, is that they're closed until the 1st. So I am assuming that means that they're going to open on Friday. I hope, because I'm thinking about driving there. Andy says, feels like a bubble, but the ratio supports it. Metals just went nuts this year. Well, gold has been going nuts for the last couple of years. Gold has been breaking all-time highs after all-time highs after all-time highs in silver in the last several months, and especially in the last couple of weeks, has been playing catch-up for sure. But gold's been doing it for a long time. All right, let's see. So I don't know. I mean, it could be a bubble. It may not be a bubble. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Wayne says, hang on, I like your channel, man. Well, thanks. I agree. Smash that thumbs up button. We have 26 likes, 35 people. Thank you all so much for joining me. I want to go live. Every time I think about going live, I just don't do it for whatever reason. I don't know. All right, let's see. Andy says, I'm not a strong Morgan guy. The surface looks too uniformed to be natural. Oh, unformed to be natural. Let's see. Let's see. Ken says, Happy New Year to you and yours, and I have to work tomorrow. All right. Good night. Get some sleep. Work is definitely important. And Happy New Year. Richard Metcalf, welcome. Andy says, Got to scoot. Be safe. Happy Andy, Happy New Year. I don't know if you have any big plans, but hopefully you enjoy it. Let's see. Yo fan says BU from what I've been hearing, supposed to come out in the spring. Very interesting. How many people would buy a 1/10, a 1/4, half ounce silver American Eagles? Let me know in the chat if that happens. This is the first I'm hearing about it, so I don't know. C Griller says if gold and silver ratio gets to 50 or lower, I am seriously considering converting some of my silver to gold. All right, scrolling down in the chat, bear with me. Kennel Mine says I would probably buy the smaller, so a 1/10 American Silver Eagle. It would definitely be interesting to see what the price of a 1/10. I can't even imagine what the price of a 1/10 American Silver Eagle would cost. The premium on that. D. Jilly, welcome. Says I guess I'd have to try to collect fractionals from my ASC collection. Wouldn't be happy about it though. Hope they don't. That would definitely add up in premiums. But if they do fractional BU, if they do fractional bullion, then would they do fractional proof to match? A fractional American Silver Eagle proof 4-coin set? Oh man. Yo fan says I emailed the mint. That's what I was trying to get forward to you today. Interesting. Wow. Richard Metcalf says maybe it depends on the premiums on the fractional ASCs. C Griller says I gotta believe if you are looking for fractional silver, constitutional would be the better buy. Yeah, it would be interesting to see how people would, 90% fractional constitutional or 90% three nines, pure silver, pure silver. A mini monster box of what? 1/10? Mini monster. D. Gilly says, I only heard rumors about the fractionals. I think this is only the second time someone has mentioned fractionals. Yeah. I don't like to, I like to wait until we get, the US Mint and press releases announcing stuff. But if the US Mint sent an email out about it, confirming it, then, so I don't know. I would like to see that email though. D. Gilly says, has anyone heard anything about another privy marked bullion? I haven't. I haven't. I've only heard of the star in 24, the eagle in 20 this year in 25, and I didn't buy the eagle privy yet because when they first came out, it seemed like that they started extremely high in price. When the star privy came out, I believe you could have picked up a MS-70 for $99. And then when the eagle privy came out, they were going for like 500 immediately. But I think now, 69 is, I don't know, somewhere around $70, something like that. Well, I haven't looked recently, so I shouldn't say that. I think the last time I looked was a few weeks ago. Spot, Spot's gone up a lot since I looked at that last. Let's see. Seagriller said I would definitely buy a 1 ounce ASC at the fractional price. Wouldn't we all? All right, yo, fan. I have to make sure I have the right email address because your email address was sent to me. Hopefully, it's the right one. Chad says I'll ask her next month in Orlando. Who? I must have missed something. What did I miss? D. Julie. Okay, yeah, that could be. I don't know. I guess that would make sense. Oh, the Mint director. Okay. At the fun show, is that what we're talking about? The Mint director at the fun show? But the Mint director is now going to be a he. What's his name? I don't remember. But there's a new Mint director. Let me look up his name. Let me look up his name. Who is the new U.S. Mint director? Hollis? Let me see. Paul Hollis, 41st Director of the United States Mint, after the U.S. Senate confirmed his nomination on December 18th. There you have it. Let's see. My paper pass says, am I missing something with rhodium being down? How much? 88%? Let me go see. Wow. It says rhodium. I'm on Kitco, and it does say rhodium is down $7,919. And the ask is 1,021. Holy cow. I don't know if that's right or not. Is that a glitch? Wow. Isn't that some breaking news? Let me check. Let me see if I can check somewhere else. Let me see. Let me see if I can check somewhere else. Checking. Trying to see if I can find rhodium on a different site. Give me a minute. Rhodium. Rhodium. According to TradingView, rhodium is 9,000. 9,000. So I'm not sure. It might be a glitch on Kitco, and it may not be. All right, let's see. Kitco or Slayer Stacker says, "What's up with that? What's up with what?" Tell him to buy, buy, buy. Yep. Okay. Back to silver. Back to silver. So, where do you guys think silver? Well, we're already towards the end of 2025. We only have a few hours left in 2025. But where do you give me your prediction? Where do you think silver will end up closing at the end of 2026? Go. And how much do you think Proof American Silver Eagles will cost from the United States Mint on January 20th, 2026? That's the question. Slayer Stacker says 105. Richard Metcalf says 100. Microwave says 120. I'm assuming we're talking about the spot price here, not the Proof Silver Eagles. I guess I asked two questions at once, and that probably wasn't the best idea. Uh, Chadwick says Christy McNally is the interim acting director until sometime in January before Hollis is sworn in. Right? When is the show in Orlando though? Is it in January? Is that the fun show? Is that where the Mint director is going to be at? I've never been to a fun show. I go to Florida usually a couple times a year, but I never seem to get there when there's a fun show, but I should. Okay, Chad says yes to the fun show. Beginning of January. 110. All right, so let me ask this question because I asked two questions at the same time. Where do we think Proof American Silver Eagles from the United States Mint on January 20th? What will the price of those be? Currently, they're $95. How much will they be on January 20th? Let's stick with that question. Compton is in the house. Oh, double. 150. Okay. That could be. C Griller says 125. Loaded question. Yep. Yo Fa Yo Fan says 115. Compton says 120. Richard Metcalf says 125 to 150. D. Joey says 110. Okay. 120, 26, 110. See, I wouldn't mind that 110 price. I don't know how happy I'd be 150 and up. Um, how many people are going to be buying the West Point Proof American Silver Eagle either through subscription or on January 20th on drop day from the Mint, the one with the dual dates? Chad says LCS reserved. Microwave says if the price is low. How low? Well, we already know. I mean, the price currently is $95. So that's the lowest that it could be. And then the highest that it could be, that's the question. Let's see. C. Griller says, not me. I'm protesting from protesting from taking away the San Francisco. D. Jilly says, sub 1, West Point. Hoping they keep my 3. Congrats. That's another interesting question, right? For those who have 3 congratulation sets in your subscriptions, will they honor all 3? Will they, if you are still subscribed to 3, will they cancel the entire thing, or will they lower it to 1 if they don't like the 3? That's the other question I have. Let's see. Beto says, but the mintage is high. I agree it's high. I agree 500,000. It seems to me similar to when the proof in 2016 had the edge lettering that had a high. Well, I mean, I think that was unlimited mintage. It turned out to be just, I think, just below 600,000 or right around 600,000. And then there was another interesting question that somebody asked in the comment section when I was showing. Let me take this this out of the capsule for a minute. And then I'll discuss what I was going to, that somebody asked. I can't remember who the question came from. It might be somebody in here. But in 2016, the United States Mint did the 30th anniversary of the American Silver Eagle in proof and this uncirculated American Silver Eagle, and did the edge lettering 30th anniversary, and it had a smooth edge. So this is the uncirculated, otherwise known as burnished American Silver Eagle, and it has the edge lettering. And so did the proof. But this year is the 40th anniversary, right? So this was 2016, 2026. Are they going to do a 40th anniversary? Or is it just going to be the 250th anniversary? Could there be a 40th anniversary, because they tend to do anniversaries every 10 years, it seems like, right? Or about every 10 years. So anyhow, I'll put that back into the capsule. So that's that. But it seems like there won't be, because they're more focused on the 250 instead of the 40th anniversary, but for the American Silver Eagle. Although it's really not the 40th anniversary. It's in general, it's the 40th, but then you have the difference between the type 1 and the type 2. So anyway. All right, let's see. D. Jilly says, I have subbed for 3 last year. The first year they allowed subs to do it, they are still active. Okay. Maybe they will consider me grandfathered in. Could be. Hopefully. I agree. Fingers crossed. Then he says, I did deactivate one of the congrats set subs, then reactivated a month ago. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to handle that with the fact that it was a household order limit of 3 at first, and then people sub to 3, and then they changed it to 1. some people may not even know they changed it to one. So I don't know how they'll handle that. Richard Metcalf says, I am staying away from the mint this year and concentrating on weight instead of quality. So, how many people in this chat are subscribed to the congratulations set for 2026? By the way, I appreciate everybody who's in here. I know we have 25 people in here, and people are dropping off because my live streams aren't the most exciting. Most of my live streams, well, when I do decide to pop in with a live, they're not planned. I don't have anything planned out that I plan on talking about. All right, let's see. Beto says, not me, but I'll try to get one on the 20th. Yeah, so the congratulations set this year is interesting only because it's the Philadelphia minted with the P mint mark. And it has a mintage limit of 60,000. Normally, the congratulations set, and I'm sure there are people who sub to the congratulations set every year. I don't, because it's usually a West Point, and they usually sell a lot of the coins. They may sell a limited product limit of the congratulations set, and that's limited in that style of packaging. But it's usually just a West Point proof, and they usually mint those two almost to demand, which is a lot, typically. So the coin, the American Silver Eagle in the congratulations set is usually not a mintage limit because they're also usually, like I said, a West Point proof that then they sell those in 40 coin bulk packs. Also in the other style of packaging with the box like this with the COA. And so they usually do a lot of them. Well, this one, for whatever reason, don't know what the reason is, but they decided to put a mintage limit of 60,000, which is sort of low. It would be about the fourth lowest mintage American Silver Eagle in the history of American Silver Eagles. D. Gilly says, yes, absolutely. Everyone is going bandwagon on a congrats set. Just like they did with the limited edition set this year. Well, I didn't do that. I'm not a limited edition silver proof set collector. The only one that I've ever purchased was in 2021. I hopped on the bandwagon that year because they had the two proof eagles. The only year that they ever put two proof silver eagles in the limited edition set. The Type 1 from the West Point and the Type 2 from San Francisco. But I didn't buy it this year. However, those silver proof sets, to my surprise, are going for a ton on eBay. The last I saw, not the limited edition set, but the regular silver proof set, $750, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. And I think they're doing it all for the cent. I don't know. Maybe partially the cent and partially the half dollar. I don't know. Sea Griller says, with silver as high as it is, did anyone decide to sell and take profit? Is anyone buying out of FOMO? So that's a good question, two good questions actually. And I would like to focus on your second statement or your second question. Is anybody buying out of FOMO? In my opinion, I hope not. But when the price of anything goes up, it seems to bring in a lot of people. So hopefully people all have plans and had plans before the uptick in the silver spot price and just continue on with that plan. So for example, if you had a budget, and this is not financial advice, it's just my opinion, but if you had a budget before and you were buying, let's say, $100 a week or $100 a month, just for example, continue on with that now with the spot price higher. Or going with the first question, is anybody selling? I don't like to say it's a good time to take profits with physical bullion because for me, it's not really a trade. Trading is the paper market. That's the way I look at it. Now the way I look at stacking is this stuff. Let's take the collector stuff out of it for a minute. Let's just talk about silver and gold stacking bullion. I look at it as just a alternative savings account, not as trading. I know a lot of people like to take the physical silver bullion and play the gold to silver ratio. I don't do that. The way I like to do it is if I want to buy gold, I just buy the gold. If I want to buy silver, I just buy the silver. And to me, it's just a alternative savings account outside of the bank. That's the way I look at it. And then if the time comes and I have to sell, then I'll sell something. But if I don't have to sell, then I'm not. But at the same time, I also don't go overboard at buying $80 silver. So try to not FOMO. FOMO is real, and just don't fall victim to the fear of missing out. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to that. All right, let's see. Let's see what other people are saying. Let's see. Chuck Miles says you can't give a mortgage away. That's like giving away $2,000. If I hear some of these channels predict a price, yeah, I don't predict spot prices, silver prices. It's just not my thing because I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what the price is going to be. Well, I can't say tomorrow because the market's closed tomorrow. So the price tomorrow is going to be what it is today. But next week, next month, next year, I have no idea. Chadwick says, are you sending that raw proof eagle you had the other night to, for grading? I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure yet. The 1994 proof Philly eagle, not sure yet. Still thinking about it. Let's see. The buck stops here says, bought a Walking Liberty silver coin with certificate authenticity yesterday at the pawn shop across the street. Um, cool. I just bought a Walking Liberty $50 from the local coin shop. I don't know, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, something like that. It was a really nice one. It was when I think what was silver spot price at the time? I think it was I don't know, but they were charging 20 at the time that they were charging 20 no 42 times face, and they had the Walking Liberties in like a bin. But then I asked if I could see one in a little bit better condition, so he brought a box out from the safe, and they still had the old prices on them. I don't have it with me right here, but anyway, it was priced wrong for a buck cheaper. So it was a nicer condition one, and I got it for $1 cheaper because they didn't correct the prices or adjust the prices on them yet. I did show that in a video a couple weeks ago. Let's see. All right, just scrolling through the chat. Chuck Miles says, we all have to sell. Somebody is always after it or making some rule or everything goes up. All right, let's see. Eli says, dual date coins will be nice to have. Yeah, I didn't subscribe. I saw that the subscriptions are now unavailable. I didn't subscribe to it. I may buy one later, but I didn't subscribe to it. I don't think I'm going to buy them this go around from the mint, but I am in on the congratulations set. But who knows? On January 20th, it's possible I'll change my mind. I don't know. Sometimes I change my mind. Let's see. Chuck Miles says, I hate the word profit. Nobody probably bought when it was $2 and cleaning up now. Yeah, when I was buying silver, I first got into silver when it was $15. That was my original entry point, $15 back in 2015. I think it was 2015. Then in 2016, it went back up to 19-ish dollars, give or take. And then in 2017, and we're talking about silver, by the way, right? Spot price. And then in 2017 and 2018, we were pretty much going sideways, the silver spot price. And that was the key time for me anyway, buying silver. When I mean American Silver Eagles, tubes of American Silver Eagles. Just for example, tubes, a full tube, green cap tube, American Silver Eagles. Back in 2017, you could get them for about 300, under $400, 350, 340, under $400 for a tube. Now I don't know. It's been a while since I looked up a price of a tube. Well, let's go take a look. Let me go see how much. I'm gonna go look at one of the online dealers. Let's see how much a tube of 20 American Silver Eagles would cost. If you have any guesses, let me know in the comments of the chat. How much is a tube of 20? 2026. I guess it would be a pre-sale. I'm waiting for it to load. All right, I'll go back to that. It's loading. All right, let me go back to the comments while I'm waiting for that page to load. C. Griller says, I remember buying tubes of Silver Eagles for $400, thinking I was crazy. Those were the days. D. Jilly says, I think we started at the same time. I remember 14-ish. Yep. I remember buying in singles, American Silver Eagles, Eagles, Maple Leafs, whatever the case may be, for like $17 and some change, $18 maybe, but definitely under 20. Let me see if that page loaded yet. Nope. I'm having a kind of a slow internet connection. Or it's possible a lot of people are just trying to jump on there. I don't know. All right, let's see. Let's see. Just going through the comments. D. Joey says JM Bullion used to be free shipping. If you bought everybody used to be free shipping if you spent $99 or $100. But because of the demand going up, it all started in like 2021, I think. 2020, 2021, somewhere in between there, when everybody jacked up their minimums. I think for a while, a lot of them had a minimum of $299, and then I think a lot of them backed off of that and went back down to like $149 for free shipping. Oh, Sergeant, $10 super chat. Thank you. Hold on to your medals. Silver will get up to $85 next year. What is this? Oh, hold on. I lost the chat. Hold on a minute. Where did it go? Uh-oh. Hold on a minute. Oh, there we are. Hold on. Okay, there we are. I got it back. I clicked on something and then I could no longer see the chat, but I'm back. Back in business. Thank you for that $10 super chat. And Surgeon says silver will get up to $85 an ounce next year. Could be. It could. We'll see. Sergeant says we are all out partying. Not me. On New Year's Day, on New Year's Eve, I'm kind of boring. I never party. Never really do much. Just sit around. This right here, this is my party. Albert Cross says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. And then, of course, for everybody who's just now popping in, Happy New Year to you. I don't think I'll be on here too much longer, but we'll see how it goes. Compton, what is he saying? Let me see. I think I missed something. Um, all right. So, what is everybody doing today besides being here on this live stream with me? Does anybody actually have plans for New Year's, New Year's Eve? Are you out somewhere? Do you have people over? Did you go anywhere? Or is everybody just kind of chilling out, chillaxing? C Griller says, gotta go. Have a safe and prosperous new year. You too. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. I like that. Who's that? Shane Bailey says, my New Year's resolution is to save as much money as I can. Good plan. Sergeant says the wife wants to go out to New Year's dinner, so we are going to, so we are getting ready to leave. All right. Well, take care. Thanks for popping in. Albert Cross says, need to get ready for work now. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to shut this one down. We've been on here for, wow, 77 minutes, it looks like. Time flies when you're having fun. I think I'm going to shut this one down. I appreciate everybody who popped in for this live, out of the blue live. Whenever I do these live streams, I never really have anything planned. So I know it tends to be sort of boring just sitting here chatting with all you. I like to come in, read comments, and talk to everybody sort of individually like this. So, not really an agenda, um, nothing really planned, reading anything, talking about anything, planned up like in a video. But I do want to wish everybody a happy new year, a safe new year. Hopefully, it's a successful one. And I'll talk to everybody through my videos in the comment section of the videos. And hopefully, I'll do one of these lives not too long from now, and hopefully before a year from now. Because it seems like my lives tend to be every 6 months, 12 months, 14 months apart. So I'm going to try to do some of these live streams a little bit more often and not, every 14, 15 months apart. So anyway, thanks everybody. Have a happy new year. Whatever you're going to be doing, I hope it's fun and stay safe. And I'll talk to everybody later. Thanks, everyone. See ya.